Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So let's take a look at the director. Let's open this right now. Just want to give you a brief tour of some of the different things that you can expect to find as part of Curse of Osiris. The first thing that we will take a look at is the strike menu. As you can see here, the Heroic Strikes playlist, is coming back. Great source of cooperative fun with yourself and 2 friends, as well as a good source of rewards. You can also see that we do have a Mercury destination that we're adding as a node to the director. And thanks to the almighty, Mercury does not have all of its structural integrity. It's been devouring the planet as fuel. Thankfully, it takes a long time to devour a planet, so there's enough left for us to explore. I also want to take this stream as an opportunity to answer what has been a question since the original reveal of Curse of Osiris at Paris Games Week. We have made the promise of new raid content, and there have been a number of questions as to what exactly that means. And to answer that question, we have brought onto the couch 2 other members of our team. Stuart Monsky, this is your first ever Bungie stream.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you, man. We'll adjust our levels and make sure that our audience can hear you. But I'm glad that you could join us on the couch and meet the community that has been playing the raids that you've worked on.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We've got a bunch of cool stuff to show them today.
Cool. And Brendan Thorne, you're no stranger to this environment. We actually had you giving some developer commentary on a raid-along on streams past, but it's great to have you back.
Thanks, good to be back. It's always fun.
So before we take a look at the director and before we answer some of the burning questions about new raid content, talk to me about what you do at Bungie and what has been your contribution to what we are calling a Raid Lair.
So I'm a senior designer on the raid team, and I do encounter design, and I'm also the lead on the very first raid layer we're doing for Curse of Osiris.
Okay, and that's what we'll be talking about today. And then Brendan, for those that may be meeting you for the first time, albeit virtually, what is it that you do at Bungie?
I read Reddit a lot. No, I work on raid encounters and develop bosses.
Okay, fantastic. So let's take a look at the director again. I'm going to open the Leviathan menu here. And as we look at how this menu has changed, what we can see is that the original raid is still a component of the experience, of course, but we've added a new node. And this is what we're calling a Raid Lair. The Leviathan Eater of Worlds is the name of the activity. If you could, summarize for me, what is a Raid Lair?
A Raid Lair is a brand new 6-player raid activity. In this Raid Lair, we're going back to the Leviathan. It's an entirely new set of encounters, new puzzles, new loot, completely new places to explore. You got to remember this ship eats planets. That's how big this thing is.
It's a big place.
Lots of different places to explore. And then we have a brand new final boss for you to fight.
Okay. And then we also have the original raid. You can see here that the recommended power for the Leviathan is now 300.
Yep. We're bringing everything up. We want to make sure that we have a variety of raid content to play. We don't want to deprecate anything.
So if you're a Guardian that's reached your maximum potential, this becomes a challenge that you can enjoy again and again and again. If you're a Guardian who decides to join us in Curse of Osiris and you're looking for new challenges, you're taking us back to the Leviathan, and we get to face a new bad guy.
Yep, and it doesn't matter if you've completed the Leviathan main raid either. You can play this anytime you want.
Separate activity, requires 6 players. What is the scope of a Raid Lair if you were to try to size it up?
So it's not as lengthy as the original Leviathan, but there's still a boss and then all the challenges leading up to them. So it's going to be a pretty sizable addition.
Yeah, and it's no less challenging or less fun than any other raid we've made. This raid is a ton of fun. We've been playing a lot internally. It's extremely challenging. You're going to die a lot.
You're going to die a lot. That's the challenge? You're going to die a lot, Guardians. So hopefully that challenge is accepted. Let's see. What else can we say about this? We guide the Leviathan. We will also guide the Raid Lair. I'm with your permission, I'm going to launch this activity.
Let's do it.
Sneak peek.
All right, we'll take a look at that. Before we go down, if we survive after dying a lot, what are we going to earn?
New armor, new weapons, new cosmetics, all at a higher light level.
Okay.
Yep, and we should also note that you mentioned we're bringing up the original Leviathan raids, so those rewards are going to get brought up as well, too. So you're going to have a variety of raid content to pick from each week. Some nights you might feel like a longer raid. Other nights you might only have time for Raid Lair.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, let's see. Will there be a prestige mode for the Raid Lair?
We're going to have a prestige mode. It's brutal. The sandbox difficulty is way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to die a lot.
You're going to die a lot. Okay. So, talk to me about what motivated the team. Actually, let's come back and I want to take a look at this one more time because there actually is something that I failed to call out here. Let's take a look at the menu one more time. What motivated us to handle raid encounters like this?
Well, we wanted to make more raids, number one. We enjoy raiding the whole team raids together. We wanted more stuff to do.
Yep.
And we thought we could make a whole bunch of new encounters, new mechanics, new puzzles for people. We wanted to make new bosses.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes down to variety. We wanted a variety of encounters, like, more puzzly raids, more sandbox-focused raids, and we also wanted to have variety in the amount of time commitment, because, like you were mentioning earlier, sometimes it's hard to get a full group of 6 people together for 3 hours or so.
Or however long. So in the first year of Destiny, ever since the first year of Destiny, we've seen one major raid a year.
Yep.
But in the first year of Destiny, we obviously had the Vault of Glass, and then in the first expansion, The Dark Below, we had Crota's End, and then in the House of Wolves, we had
Prison Builders, but no raid.
But no
Prison
raid,
Builders.
which was an interesting moment. With this, I can see that we have a node here that's blank. What are you going to fill that with?
That's, excuse me, that's going to be the second raid layer, and it's going to be an expansion too.
Okay, so we will have an additional raid layer added to the game with expansion 2. We're forecasting that for spring, if you're keeping track. This enables us to create content that raiders can enjoy more frequently, like you said, giving them more variety of activity and making sure that we are satisfying that urge, satisfying that that hunger for challenge and dying a lot more frequently. Okay, so as promised, we're going to launch this activity. So we now take you back to the Leviathan. If you're a hardcore raider that wants to go in blind, again, spoiler alert, I'm not going to show you how to play this raid, but I'll give you some sense of the first steps that you might take in this activity. And you guys, have you been play testing this activity with Team Velveeta?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Team Velveeta they are the best of the best we have at Bungie, and we use them sort of as our metric. They're a lot better than the raid team.
Yep.
So we try to balance around.
Better than some of us.
Yeah, I suck.
So here we are. If you're a hardcore raider in Destiny, this environment is not strange to you. We are aboard the Leviathan in orbit around Nessus, and this planet-devouring machine, this spacefaring killer of worlds, is a big place.
Yeah.
Takes a big place, takes a big ship to eat a planet.
Yeah, and so far we've only been to the palace on the top of the ship, and this thing eats planets. There's a lot of different places that we can go, and so we thought, hey, let's go back to Leviathan. We've got more stories to tell. We have totally new places to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to go somewhere else this time.
Yeah, you still haven't been down below. You've seen a little bit under the city, but that ship is massive.
Into the belly of the beast, as it were.
Yes, the original name for it before we named an achievement that.
Okay, so now we are going to investigate the Eater of Worlds. In the original raid in Destiny 2, we did this ascent, and where are we going this time?
You're going down.
Yep. Down into the belly, like you said.
So
We don't want to show too much. We can maybe take them in the door, but
all right.
not too much further than that.
In the immortal words of Kevin Flynn, that is a big door. And I'm going to park it right here. So this is if you are a raider and if you are ready for new challenges. this is what awaits you. You'll open this door, you'll descend into a brand new raid lair, and we'll see what awaits them. Will you guys be piling into our theater to watch as people undertake this for the first time?
Always.
Yeah, it's a party every time we do it.
Yeah, it's great. We love it.
When will this go live? Will this be live to the first fire team that can finish the campaign and dive in, or are we going to illuminate a starting line?
It's going to be a starting line. As always, we want to treat the competition with respect.
So we'll shoot the starting pistol, we'll spectate, we'll cheer for the winners.
Yep.
All right.
It'll be shortly after DLC launch. I think we'll talk about the exact date later.
Okay. When we're ready to tell you about the exact date, we'll set those expectations. We'll give everyone an opportunity to fire team up, get prepared, and rush out there in an attempt to grab the trophy and win some glory for themselves. Anything else you want to tell our community about the Raid Lairs?
I don't want to spoil anything.
Certainly not.
It's
Certainly not.
completely different. I can't wait for people to see this.
This is actually more than we've ever said about any sort of raid context or any sort of raid engagement prior to the launch of a thing, but with Destiny, we always seem to be breaking the mold for the player experience and introducing different ways for people to experience content. So this one felt like it needed a little bit of explanation, so here we are. If we brushed up too close to this, sorry. We did invite people to evacuate the stream, but we wanted to satisfy the curiosity as to what Raid Lair, that is lair, not layer, that is L-A-I-R. That's a question that was asked right now in chat. I'm not being pedantic. That is a raid lair, similar to a dungeon or a realm or...
place where a boss lives.
Get
a
out of my
boss's
house.
lair.
Yes, yes. All right, well, this and other trials and challenges await you on December 5th as part of the Curse of Osiris. It has been our pleasure to host you on stream today.